See what the sky looks like here. Looks pretty convective, if you ask me, actually. Looks pretty convective. It's pretty turbulent, actually. Some seagulls up there. But yeah, the sky does look pretty convective. I'm here at the Javits Center right now. Definitely looks very turbulent. However, the precipitation I'm looking at is still about 15-20 miles to my west. Should be here in another 15-20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Here at the New York Auto Show right now. Clouds do look a little turbulent, if you're asking me, but I'm looking on radar. There's nothing right where I am. Maybe this will spritz a little bit. There's been sprinkles. There's been some drizzle here in New York City. But if you get into any of the heavier convection or heavier showers, there will be graupel. So let me currently head towards screen capture. Click active event and click save. And that will... Okay. Getting a little breezy outside. Currently it's about 48 degrees. It's very chilly because it's been cloudy all day. See, there's some, that's in southern New Jersey. There's some light convection that's heading our way right now. But see, there's been reports of snow. There actually really isn't any hail. This is graupel. See, there's been ice pellet sleet. That's actually graupel, maybe some small hail, because it does look pretty convective. And in fact, there's actually more convection going further west. You can actually see there's a band of convection that's coming west due east right now. That should be here in New York City in about an hour. And we still have a couple more hours of sunlight left, about 3 hours more until sunset. And that will allow, maybe this could still make it to the city. This is approaching the KDIX, which is right here. You can actually see the circle around KDIX. Looking at correlation coefficient, it's showing there is some hail. There's some hail right there. Yep. But your otherwise snow, it's about anything above 1,000 feet is likely snow. Once you go above 2,000 feet, you're looking at all snow. That's all snow, pretty much snow. Yeah, anything above 2,000 feet is pretty much snow. The freezing level is very low today. In fact, I can actually show you what I'm talking about, why it's so cold outside. So let's look at the HRRR. Actually, better yet, let's look at the GFS. Look how deep this cold air is over New York City. So let's put in our current coordinates. You see the 32-degree line right here, right? You pretty much are almost immediately going up to the freezing point. Very quickly. You're going up to the freezing point very quickly, and by 850 millibars, you're by the time you hit 5,000 feet, you're all the way in your mid-20s. So these clouds are in very cold temperatures. The clouds I just showed about a couple minutes ago are well in their 20s. I'm looking south towards Manhattan. There's a shield of white. Well, like, that's probably some of this stuff that's coming through. Looks like it's falling apart. Yeah, it's because of the Kittatinny Mountains in New Jersey. That's actually the name of the mountains, the Kittatinny Mountains. They're in this area of New Jersey. Usually when precipitation goes on the leeward side, they tend to fall apart. But when precipitation follows the I-80 corridor, there's not much mountains. So they tend to stay together. But just to the north of the Oxford cell, looks pretty intense. It may or may not fall apart. But the thing is, these cells are falling apart because of running into mountainous terrain. Also, not all the precipitation is reaching the ground, but according to the radar, this was the more intense cell. I'm actually surprised because it's very cloudy out there. There hasn't been much sunshine at all. There's been a few peaks of sunshine, but overall it's been very cloudy today. That could also be the reason these sprinkles, these showers are falling apart. And there's your hail. Yep, see right there, see how you're seeing the CC drops all around here? As I'm zooming in, you're seeing areas of low CC values right here. And yet, it's also correlating to heavier precip. That's actually graupel and small hail, probably pea-sized. Like, probably smaller than pea, I would say. Probably grain-sized hail. Like, I would say maybe slightly smaller than pea-sized. Or if it is going to be pea-sized, it's not going to be, like, fully ice. It's going to be, like, graupel. There could be some isolated convection today. Let's look at the winds with this. About 25 to 30 miles an hour, nothing too significant. But these are having some gusty winds. It could be enough to issue a special marine warning, though, once these get to the coast. Let's check lightning maps. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of isolated lightning flashes today somewhere in New Jersey. There has to be some. There were some in Pennsylvania. Though this SPC hasn't really forecasted any convection today. As far as I checked, yeah. They haven't forecasted any convection. Even though there actually is some convection today. You see, like, there's almost this flow is going like this. See, it's going southwest, and then it's kind of heading west like that. See, it's going from northwest, it's going west-northwest to east-southeast, and then as it goes further east, it kind of becomes more of a zonal west-east flow. That's because the low-pressure system is somewhere near the Boston area. See? Wow, it's already further north. There we go. Yep, the low's all the way in Canada now, so kind of... Let me check reflectivity level 3. Or even level 2 for that matter. Yeah. That still is pretty intense. That's probably tops over 12,000 feet. Yep, there's an echo right there. You can barely see it, but there is an echo. That's probably 13,000. Yeah, over 14,000 feet. So, yep, 14,000 and a half feet. So that is pretty intense. Yeah, that could make it to the city. That looks pretty intense. That doesn't look that intense, though, but that looks pretty intense. Yeah, my guess is that cell that I was trying to catch is probably going to fall apart. Yep, there you have it. It's falling apart. Stupid mountains. Killing all my convection. That looks a little more intense, though. Though that I have looked forward to that. And also maybe some of those cells coming in, too. It looks like, I'll say that is what I need to look forward to. That is going to go to my north. That's going to fall apart. Okay, let's see. There we go. See, it's falling apart. And yes, it is because of the Kittatinny Mountains, 100%. You see how that cell's falling apart? You see, they're basically drying up. 100%, they're drying up because of your downslope flow. Even though it's not a lot, even though it's only 1,000 feet, even though it's only 1,000 feet of downslope, that 1,000 feet is enough to dry up the convection. Even though the convection are not caused by elevation but caused by instability, that little bit of a downslope flow is killing the convection that's drying up the precip. If you look at the map, let's look at the topography of New Jersey. Let's look at the topographical map of New Jersey. Okay. You see those mountains right here that run east, like northwest, southeast, right? Basically where the Ramapo Fault is. Right about where Mount Olive is. You got these line of mountains. And then you see even though it's gradual, it's only a few hundred meters. This is what's killing the convection. Once they get past those mountains, it's a death sentence for them. Some of your bigger mountains are right here, right around the hunk. I mean, look at this convection. 392 meters. 211 meters, and then down here it's 108 meters, and then once you get closer to the coast, once you get around Newark, you're down to 7 meters. Yeah, that's what's killing the convection. It's those mountains that are right in this area. These mountains here is what's killing the convection. It's almost like a brick. I wouldn't call it a true brick wall, but it definitely saps a lot of the convection and the instability, especially on days like today, where it's very marginally convective, where it's just enough to get some showers popping, but as soon as they run into even a little bit of downslope flow, only like a few hundred feet, it dries up all convection. This looks a little more intense, but I think that shower that's heading my way will probably dry up. That looks more intense though. But that's probably going to dive to my south. You see how it's diving south? It's probably going to go like that. But you see that there's some pretty strong winds. Wow, that's some pretty strong winds. Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely strong enough to issue a special marine warning. Those are like near 50 mile an hour winds. Let me see what color that is. Trying to average it out. Alrighty. Yeah, definitely about 40. You're looking at about 40 mile an hour winds. Wow, those are 50 mile an hour winds. And it passed right over the Mount Holly office. Like, not enough to issue a severe thunderstorm warning, but... yeah, but a special marine warning will definitely be issued. I would issue a special marine warning for this 100%. Those are like 40, 45 knot winds. I mean, I'm not even going to call them. Like, they're probably going to issue it, whether I call or not. I mean, if they don't, that's on them. If some boaters get, knocked about and drown, But most boaters don't, a lot of boaters carry NOAA weather radio. And the fact that there's no special marine warning is very concerning because those storms are going to be on the water in like 10 minutes. They're moving pretty darn fast. I mean, 10, 15 minutes, you're going to be out on the water and it's going to be affecting the boaters. I would issue a special marine warning right now. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to tweet this out. I'm getting a little concerned now, so I'm going to tweet this out right now. Strong winds heading towards Tom's River. Tom's River and coastal waters off of Ocean County. And uh-oh. No. I did not tweet. Come on, no. I can't just... I'm deleting the tweet. Hold on. Boom. Damn it. Yeah, I'm very concerned. Like, this is a very... anyone on the waters will probably be definitely in some danger, so... Come on, where's that special marine warning? Really hope these are not reaching the ground. SPW, like special, yeah. SPW, SM, yeah, special marine warning. All right, someone's not paying attention at the radar because those are some very strong winds. Like, clearly someone's not paying attention at the... Let's see how close the winds were. Crestwood Village probably just has some very strong winds of about like 40 to 50 miles an hour. And like, that's like 40 to 45 knot winds. That's well above a special marine warning criteria, and there's still no warning? Come on, National Weather Service. Step on it. You know, boaters are in danger. Those are dangerous winds. No one's issuing any warnings. Yeah, these are going to collapse. You see how all of these are collapsing as they head east? The only thing I think may make it down is this. Yeah, that's not going to make it. Northern edge will collapse. That stuff might collapse too. If you look at the topographical map, remember I was showing you the topographical map? You have this huge area of mountains to the west of this as well, right? You see 672 meters, and then you have a decrease to 130. So you have a 500 meter decrease, just like this. But the thing is, just north of Easton and east of Hazleton, so like southeast of Wilkes-Barre. So these are where you're having your mountains, right here, right? Boom, see, now they're collapsing. You see that, right? Boom, collapsing. You see what I'm talking about, right? So your Wilkes-Barre area, so Hazleton is... Where's Hazleton again? Let me look on that. So Hazleton, Wilkes-Barre, there you go. So you have to go east of... So this is where... Yep, that's why they're collapsing. Yep. Yeah, to be good at meteorology, you also have to understand topography too, and how it affects precipitation. And you know why there's so much convection in southern Jersey right now? Those are about... Okay. Look at southern New Jersey. No mountains at all. As you head east, look at New York City. I mean, those showers could reform over Long Island, potentially, just maybe. So here's your convection here. Mount Olive. Yeah, you were in the northern edge. See, that's collapsing. That's going to collapse. That's going to collapse. That's going to collapse too. It's because of your topography. Whenever showers take this path in New York City area, they always collapse. They always collapse by the time they make it to New York City. Showing that there's something to my north. It doesn't look like anything. It's probably just going to be some drizzle. Actually, almost nothing's reaching the ground, to be honest with you. You see, now it's starting to reform. Because now that it's exiting it went through the downslope drying effect. Now that the ground is stable again, now it's starting to, it could feed the convection again, the instability. Now it's able to tap into that instability and reform. Let me go back to New York City, right? To KOKX. Or OKX. See, this looks pretty intense actually, right? This map is actually not correct. Now I'm looking south. And yet it's like, now I'm looking southwest, but it's saying I'm looking southeast. I'm actually looking towards the Hudson River. My phone is pointed at the Hudson River, yet it's saying it's pointed south. Now I'm pointing north, and now it's saying I'm pointing west. The clouds are actually coming from my left right now. The clouds are out of my left. And yet it's saying I'm looking north, but it's saying that I'm looking in the same directions where almost the clouds are coming from. Yeah, completely incorrect. Now the phone is pointing towards the same direction the clouds are coming from, and you see what's going on, right? Yeah, there's a problem with the GPS system. I'm about to head in. The plane that's flying above me right now looks like it's covered in haze, but that's because there's precipitation falling above. But it's not reaching the ground. The ground's too dry, so it's evaporating. Yeah, I'm looking at a plane that just took off from LaGuardia or Newark. It definitely looks like there's precipitation. It's a Spirit plane. I believe it's trying to head into Newark. Let me see where that plane is heading from. It's flying right above me right now. And yes, it looks very hazy. Oh, now it's flying in a cloud. Now it just flew into a cloud. But the plane, it just flew above me. It was flying through haze. There is that plane. That was a Spirit plane. Or 7,000 feet. That definitely was not a Delta plane. Yeah, about 7,000 feet. So yeah, the cloud base is around 7K. Yeah, your cloud base is around 7,000 feet. For a day like today, that's actually kind of low. Especially the way the clouds look. They look much lower than 7,000, to be honest with you. They're moving kind of fast. It must be the wind aloft. See, now they're starting to reform. You see, they fell apart, and now they're starting to reform. You're seeing that weakening and a rebounding effect because you ran out of the. And also, most of Long Island is a little higher up than most of Manhattan, so you're going to have a tiny bit of an upslope effect. Yeah, this is not going to make it to the city. This is going to pass to my south. That's going to completely fall apart. Basically, the further south you are, the more chance you have of seeing some convective precip. Not because, you're further south, so air is more unstable. No, it's because of your topography. That's your Amtrak train. That horn you just heard was Amtrak. Nothing's coming down, not a drop, nothing. Basically, the whole column is pretty dry. Maybe if you get into an intense batch of convection, some of it might reach the ground. But clouds look pretty threatening, though. To be honest with you, they look pretty darn scary. The sky looks really dark above me. Yeah, it's definitely in the 40s, though. If anything's going to reach the city and has a chance of doing anything, it's going to be this right here. If it doesn't collapse. Like, it's gonna weaken, and it's gonna briefly weaken, and it's gonna re-strengthen as it enters the mountains here. So you have mountains in this area here, Mount Olive area. You have mountains here. So as this gets out of the mountain, you're in a valley now. You're gonna have a bit of an upslope, and then you're gonna have another downslope once you get east of Mount Olive towards Plainfield, Morristown, So you're going to have, you might have what would appear to be a burst of activity that is going to weaken, and then it could reform once it gets towards the city again. So this will likely weaken, it might re-strengthen, and then it will collapse again. Here you have very little topographical effect in New Jersey, very little. You have little to no topographical effect in southern New Jersey because your mountains are oriented northwest to southeast. Your mountains go like this. And your highest elevation is across northeastern Pennsylvania in the Poconos. In central and southeastern Pennsylvania, there's very little in the way of mountains, so yeah. I'm going to see if my friend had any graupel.
Yo, if you ever need anything, just let me know. I said, if you ever need anything, just let me know.
Like when you keep downstairs after you break the trees and I noticed that they'll go to my say that.
Yeah, if you like these kind of cold air loft showers like today, you would have to get rid of those mountains in Pennsylvania. Or move south towards southern New Jersey, southeastern Pennsylvania, because look, that's why I've always noticed, wait, why is southern New Jersey always getting these convection? Why is it always southern New Jersey? Why is it always south? Or why is it always a little to my north? Well, it's topography. It all has to do with your topography. Oh, I just felt a drop. Oh, look, would you look at that? It's starting to drizzle. It's just rain. It's not, there's no graupel. It's just water. Yep. It's all rain. I'm looking at the solar panel, see if anything is bouncing. Nope. Yeah, it's just rain. It's drizzling, so let's put in a drizzle report. Drizzle. There we go. Pretty accurate. I think even down in the lower Manhattan, it's probably gonna be light rain. There's not enough convection for anything frozen to reach the ground. There's not enough. It's not going to be heavy enough. Yeah, see, down there it's heavy enough that there's graupel reaching the ground. See, mixed pellets. Yeah, that's graupel. That's actually graupel. That's not mixed ice pellets and snow. That's graupel. On a day like today, it's 100% graupel. Wow, now it's starting to rain pretty good. Actually, now it's raining. It's no longer drizzling. And it is pretty chilly out. I'm surprised that... I mean, the air aloft is very cold today. Oh, everything that's coming out of the base of the cloud is frozen. Like, it's absolutely frozen. Like, down to about, like, 2,000-3,000 feet is below freezing. That's the Rubicon. They're doing the test. I'm on the auto show right now, so... change the... no rain. It's still like, it's drizzling, but it's becoming a little more heavy, so I'm going to put rain. Yep, no graupel, it's all water. Now my phone's kind of wet already. It's not raining, it's like a drizzly rain. It's kind of like very individual drops. No. Let me look at reports. Yeah, both of my reports are mine. That looks pretty intense. I'm actually a little surprised as to why Staten Island's going to get more of intense. I mean, technically, I think that's going to fall apart. Let's look at the topography again. There's why. So it's a little bit to the south of the mountain. Just a little bit. It's just enough to the south that it's basically just enough south that it's not getting enough of a downslope effect. And then again, you have some pretty good. Huh? Oh, sorry. I was trying to see. Sorry, I was good though. Yeah, trying to see what kind of precipitation's coming down. Now, oh wow. Yeah, it's 100% rain. Yeah, see how when you look further west, I'm looking on the solar panel, it's 100% rain that's coming down. 100% rain. Okay. Yeah. That cell is going to weaken a little bit, but I don't think by much. So basically, any convection that's going to pass through between Goldsboro and Stroudsburg, yeah, that's not gonna make it to the city at all. Even though we're all seeing the same weather condition, those mountains are just basically fudging everything up. The Kittatinny Mountains, the mountains I showed you that were basically in central New Jersey, are basically what's fudging everything up. They're basically part of the Appalachians. They're the most east, like one of the most eastern part of the Appalachians. So yeah. So yeah. Here I was basically getting just spritzes. Like if we had anything like yellow on the radar or even dark green, we probably would be seeing some graupel. It is pretty darn cold out, and I'm looking towards east right now, and I'm seeing what looks like snowfall streaks. And it's much colder today than it was the other day. That cell will, let's see. That could make it here, but as I said, it's going to reform and then collapse. That's because it's there's less of a downslope effect. Oh. The cell that's over Knowlton is probably going to collapse by the time it makes it here. And no, it has nothing to do with the sun, lack of sun, or has nothing to do with that. It's more to do with your topography. Oh, I've known this for years. I've actually named it. It's the rain shadow, but there's a local flair to it. I call it the Kittatinny effect. Like you have the rain shadow, which is a general term, but for local, you should name it after your rain shadow for your local mountain range. And because you have the Kittatinny Mountains to your northwest, anytime a precip dries up, I call it the Kittatinny effect. Or the Kittatinny Mountains. It's a very weird name, but yes. It's like, those are the Kittatinnies, Sparta and West Milford, going down to the eastern area. It ends just about Mount Olive, goes from just north of Easton to southern New York. So not the Kittatinnies. No, it's another mountain range then. And look, the sun's coming out, actually. Just surprising. There's a good deal of sunshine. I'm looking to my west now. Sparta Mountains. There you go. So, okay, it's the Sparta Mountain effect. So apparently the Kittatinnies are not to blame, because those are the Kittatinnies right there. So I'm zooming in on the Kittatinnies right here. That line, you see, that's the Kittatinnies. Those are the Sparta Mountains. That's what's actually killing our convection. So it's the Sparta Mountain effect. There we go. So it's not the Kittatinny effect, it's the Sparta Mountains effect. While they are lower in elevation, they're broader and higher. Like they're broader, so there's more of, and they're wider. So because they're so wide, that's why that will collapse. See what my friend told me. Okay, I'm on the auto show right now, and
you gotta be risky.
Yeah, I think it's like YouTube.
all right. What is Toyota going to bring back the Celica?
Maybe.
That's next, bro.
I think it might
Or
be
the MR2?
soon because they brought back the Supra, so hopefully.
I know the Supra was like a sport. How much do you think the Celica would be? A lot cheaper, probably. It would be cheaper than the Supra.
I feel like it would be around the 20-something mark.
Why? I thought they should be like maybe 15,000, 20,000.
It depends on which engine.
Like
they put
why?
in.
Why do they make it a really compact? Like I mean, really cheap? Like a two-door. Why can't they make it like a two-door Yaris or?
Oh, the Yaris, yeah. They got rid of that 3 years ago.
No.
They still make them in Europe, though. Because
Yeah,
it's a nice,
but
tiny car to
What's
get around.
the replacement for the Yaris in America?
Corolla.
I mean, the Corolla is still a little longer than the Yaris. But
No.
we don't have any, like, mini, yeah.
Okay, we need.
Maybe
Okay,
the CHR is more similar, yeah.
when is the next generation CHR coming out?
Oh, they haven't told us yet. Nothing released about that yet. They're more focused on all electric right now. Hybrid,
Yeah.
plug-in hybrid.
Yeah, I'm very concerned about climate change, so yeah, that's a good thing.
And gas is so expensive. They're focused on that. Yeah, with the new Sequoia and the Tundra coming out with the hybrid in the summer, so they're going down the line, and I think Tacoma might be next.
So what's a new car? Is that the Sequoia?
Yeah.
What's the new SUV that's out there?
The BZ4X.
Yo, bro, it's great.
No, the big one.
Oh, the Sequoia, yeah. It's going to come out this summer. It's going to be...
Twin turbo V6
Yeah, it's V6, no longer V8 because they're saving on the MPG.
for climate change.
I-Force Max.
When is Toyota going all electric? What's the time frame?
This summer.
No,
the
no.
BZ4X.
No. When is Toyota? When is the whole lineup going to be electric? When are they getting rid of all gas?
That I don't know.
2030?
U.S. law is all electric 2030.
I feel like it.
2035.
I feel like it.
Yeah, I talked like with GM. They're like 2035.
about that.
I'm like that's way too far down the future. Like they got to move it up to 2030. You know, with climate change being so serious, they got to move it up. Like
Thank you.
Like-
write that down.
no, like we need to go electric as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What do you drive right now?
I don't drive.
Oh, the MTA.
Yeah, exactly.
Where do you live?
I personally don't own a car. I don't need a car. I don't want a car. And personally, having a car is.
Oh, nice.
But
If you were to have a car, which one would you buy?
if I were to buy a car, I would personally drive anything that's electric. Anything, well, it uses graphene. It's biodegradable. It's
We
really
have the Mirai, which is the
No,
hydrogen fuel cell one.
fuel cell. It's not good for the environment. The way hydrogen is manufactured is very bad for the environment.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know, instead of burning coal for energy and power plants, You know what? You know the stuff that's in your pencil, right? Graphite.
Yeah.
There is. Well, if you take a single polymer of carbon and layer it upon each other in the same layer, you have graphene.
Let me write that down.
It's a wonder material.
The cars don't have that yet.
No, it's a battery. Right now, it's very expensive to manufacture. The 1 pound of graphene powder is about $500
That's too expensive.
right now.
Americans can't afford that.
But the prices are going down big time.
Yeah, because they're trying to.
Within a decade, it should be cost competitive with lithium ion. It's also biodegradable. It's biodegradable. Yep.
Dude, thank you so much.
Graphene. Graphene. Yeah.
To a frog who wants a ride. Just that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. They don't tell us about that.
And you can also make a car from it too. Graphene is also.
All right, hi everybody. My name is
You can make anything from it. Body, everything. It's like carbon fiber.
Ronnie, do you have a friend to help us start the show? I do.
That
It is
Thank you.
Oscar with a K. Come on up here, Oscar.
2030, all electric, no more gas.
I mean, it sounds like
We'll see. I'm going to help you. What happens?
Thank you.
Which Toyota will Oscar drive? Now, Oscar, there are a lot of cars, trucks, minivans, etc. to choose from. So we're going to put this in categories for you. Check it out. Car, truck, crossover, SUV. Audience, help them decide. Yell it out. What do you think? Which one? Trucks? Car.
That's gonna collapse.
Well, I heard
Just like-
about all of
just
them.
like the
You
cell
have to
did.
pick then. Which category?
Stupid mountains.
Oh! All right, very good. Now, you still have a tough decision because there are two awesome trucks from Toyota, Tacoma or Tundra. Tacoma or Tundra. What do you think? Help them out. Tundra? Tacoma?
Tacoma's better for the
What do you
environment.
like, Oscar?
Tundra.
Tundra! Awesome.
Tundra's
Now,
worse for
those
the
are your
environment.
adults, right? You have adult people here. Very good,
I
Oscar.
wouldn't
Because you chose Tundra and because we just redesigned this truck, we have been authorized to give you and your family your very own brand new 2022 Toyota backpack. Yeah! Give it up for Oscar, everybody! Oh, you got a dad?
Hi, Brandon Bassett.
Now, when it turns into your Toyota,
So the same thing with Chevy. Now I'm gonna go all around saying everyone needs to be electric by 2030. Hopefully they're gonna take my advice to heart. I personally would do by 2030, just like Volvo. I'll follow Volvo's example. Hi, do you work at Get a Bag? Oh, thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much. Oh, you're a guard.
Yes, that's my name.
Are you French?
The name is French, and I'm sure there's French in there. I've been told, but do you want a brochure, a digital brochure?
Oh no, I already have one. I'm actually trying to get a job at a Toyota dealership. I know there's Toyota of
You came the other day. You were talking to Jill about this, weren't you?
yes, I was.
Remember, Jill? Hi, how are you? Yes. Do you want a brochure on one of the vehicles?
Yeah, that's gonna collapse. Pretty sure. It's very thin. The way it's oriented. You see how East to West is oriented, just like the other cell. It's basically a carbon copy of that cell that just came through. It was actually oriented the same way. Look what happened to it. Completely fell apart. I mean, could it be strong enough to maintain its strength? I don't know. Let's see. Because the Kittatinny Mountain, the Sparta Mountains are pretty high up. Like, it's highest here. It's a little lower here. The elevation isn't as bad here, so this could make it. I mean, I have some faith. Let's see. Anyway, I'm gonna stop streaming for now. I'm just gonna.
not Kyle, that's a great guess. Let's see some more letters.
Told you so. It's collapsing.
Remember? Yes. Do you remember Kyle's brother? Kurt Busch, do you remember him? Do you want to say Kurt Busch? He does want to say Kurt Busch. He said Kurt Busch, and he got it right. And the crowd knows why. Back row. Yes, indeed. Good job. You have tied the game, Toby. Congratulations. 1-1.
Snow squall.
5 on. Guess to win. What's the best-selling car in America? Let's see some numbers. 20 years in a row. What is it? Oh, yeah. Layup. Camry is right there. And the crowd goes wild.
Woo!
You're crazy with that.
That's selling car.
Good wildness. All right, we have a 2-1 lead. That means there are 2 questions left on Guess to Win. What is the name of the no-cost maintenance plan that is included on every new Toyota? Let's see some more letters. What do you call it? More letters than you can. Audience, help them out if you know it. Yell it out. Listen, help them out. It's not Toyota B.
You think it is?
Anyone want to guess? What could it be? What is it? Leia? Anyone? Okay, Dopey. Got it. All right, Dopey. Toyota Ken, I think you're right. You are! And the crowd goes wild!
Hi. Do you know where I can get, oh, no, I got it back. When can I check, when will the Sequoia be on the floor?
Right there. See that one right there in front of the car?
Yeah. As I said, it was going to collapse, and look at that, I'm right yet again. I'm always right. Wow. Ah, thanks. Thank you so much.
This is my gold and silver medalists. My gold medalists, you are awesome.
That's what we're trying to do.
So this is a 3-cylinder, right?
Yeah.
1.5?
1.6 maybe.
1.6? I thought it was 1.5.
Yeah, they don't
How many?
Yeah, I know, man. But, it's crazy. We're trying to put it if you pick a name that they can do that contact.
Can I ask you a question? So this is a 1.63, right? Or isn't that the same car that's the same engine that's in the GR Yaris and that's overseas?
Yep.
Same engine. So how many miles a gallon will this get?
They haven't released that information yet.
Why don't they bring the GR Yaris as a Corolla here, like a 2-door hatch Corolla?
Sometimes they do that in just different countries. They do different vehicles per country.
Can they do the GR Corolla with a 2-door here?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
This is 200. How much horsepower?
300.
300.
Yeah, 300 horsepower.
And of course, I'm right. Just great. GR Corolla. Wow. Can I ask you a question about the Sequoia?
What's that?
About the Sequoia.
Yes, what about it?
Is that a hybrid?
It is.
Will it only be offered as a hybrid?
Yes.
How many miles a gallon is that going to get?
We don't have fuel economy numbers on it yet because it is not out yet, so we'll get those numbers when we get closer to the release date, which is going to be this summer.
So it's a twin turbo 3.5 V6.
Correct.
Twin turbo.
Twin turbo, that's correct.
Okay. So what? Will the 4Runner be coming back?
The 4Runner's still here, it hasn't gone away.
No, will there be a redesign of the 4Runner?
We basically find out when you guys do when a redesign actually happens. However, it has been a very long time since the order's been redesigned. So
I meant Land Cruiser. Will they bring back the Land Cruiser with the same engine?
As we have not heard about that coming back to the U.S. at this time, the closest thing that we have in the U.S. market is the LX, the Lexus LX.
V6. No, like, why can't they come back with a with a completely stripped down bare version Land Cruiser, like with the 30,000, 40,000? Because I know they're doing that for the UN.
Well, at that point, you also have a 4Runner. You have a base level 4Runner.
No, the big, like, it's this big, like the 4Runner, but like a little bigger.
Yeah.
But like has.
Well, stay tuned. We'll see. We don't know what the future holds.
Like no navigation, just.
Help yourself.
Something like the Jeep. Like we don't have something like the Jeep. Like like the Ford Bronco. Will Toyota bring something like that?
Not that I have heard.
I think we should.
Okay.
Can you write?
I can pass that on. Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
Please have Toyota go all electric by 2030.
Toyota definitely has plans to have 70 electrified vehicles by 2030.
No, for the American, but for the market here. I think Toyota should go all electric by 2030.
Toyota likes to give people options so they can decide what is the best.
Change. We need to do full, not full, everything has to have an electric option. Like, will there ever be an option for all electric Sienna, all electric Sequoia, like an option?
As I mentioned, Toyota has plans to have 70 electrified vehicles by the year 2030, so there will be a variety of options.
70 over the world?
Yes, globally.
How much
15 of those will be full EVs.
In America?
That's going to be globally.
15 EVs. How many models? I think Toyota has 8 models, right, in the U.S.?
With 26 models in the U.S.
26. Like separate models, like Sequoia. Will there ever be 26 EV options? Will there ever be an EV option for at least one of them by 2030?
There definitely will be more electrified options, but that's all the information that I have to offer.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
But I think they need to be more bold because of climate change. Like, please, can you pass that on?
Of course.
That we need to have
We're happy to take down customer feedback and pass it on.
Yes. Can you let Toyota know that they should be all electric by at least by 2030?
I am happy to pass along your feedback.
Thank you. Well, yeah, they could still have gas options, but it's gonna be better for the consumer. Like, I personally want to get an electric minivan, an electric SUV. That's as a consumer, like why should I have to go to Tesla and pay like $70,000-$80,000 when I could buy an electric minivan for $30,000-$40,000?
Well, you can get a hybrid Sienna.
Hybrids, I still have to put gas, and I'm against gas because of the hybrid is it's getting there. But I personally wanted a hybrid minivan by 2010, but it never happened. And it happened.
It's here now. Yes,
yeah. Like when I was a kid, I'm like, why doesn't Toyota make a hybrid minivan? Like,
okay, no strings attached.
I think we need to be more bold. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
For your feedback.
You're welcome. Built in the USA. Okay. I think this RAV4. Yeah, they're not being bold enough. They're not taking climate change seriously. Ugh. It's really disappointing. And of course I was right. Look at that. Yeah, I'm probably going to leave the auto show in like 20 minutes. Yeah, I had a pretty good time here. Why I'm leaving the auto show now, I want to catch that cell that's going to be dipping to my south. You know what? I'm leaving the auto show now. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm heading to basically Herald Square, 6th Avenue. Something interesting has been going on. Last night at 2.7, according to them, a 2.7 hit. But based on the seismo I looked at, that definitely was not a 2.7. Definitely not a 2.7. That is not a 2.7. That looks more like a 3, to be honest with you. The fact is, it showed up on almost all the seismographs. Actually, all of them. Even in Vesuvius, it showed up. I mean, look at that. That's the County Flick-Ray earthquake. That does not look like that. That does not look like a 2.7. Yeah, 100% not a 2.7. Looks much stronger than a 2.7. If I had to guess, that's a 3.5 easy. I've seen 2.7s County Flick-Ray. Much stronger, a much weaker signal than this. It's even showing up on Ischia. So yeah. Ischia is like 40 miles, 50 miles away. That's pretty far. Even on, it might even showed up at Stromboli. That could be the quake. Possibly. But it showed up on all the seismos, even the first one, which shows almost nothing. See, it even showed up here. And even the third even showed up at back V. Very, very strongly. Definitely not a 2.7. Small earthquake there. I don't think those shocks are going to show up though.
Hey, Debbie.
very strongly disagree that it was a 2.7. Very likely it was much stronger than that. And let's look at the radar again. Yeah, I'm trying to catch that cell. I guess I'll catch that. It's taking so long. Могу немножко хуять быстрее, блять. So slow. Yeah, so I'm heading south. I'm trying to get south of the, out of the, you know, the Sparta Mountain effect. Sparta Mountains effect. It's not one mountain, it's a whole string, so it's the Sparta Mountains. Trying to get away from the Sparta Mountains range out effect. Current temperature is 46 out, so it's pretty damn cold. Especially the air is a couple thousand feet up is in the 30s. Actually, a couple thousand feet up, it's in the 20s, actually. And 5,000 feet, it's in the mid-20s right now. So yeah, it's very cold aloft. Yeah, I'm not going to catch this cell. I guess I could probably catch that one. And maybe that one if it holds together. Because sunset should be in about 2 hours. Let's look up the sunset time. Yeah, 7:39, so 2 hours. Exactly 2 hours, actually. 1 hour, 59 minutes till sunset. And I have an unlimited Metro card, so it doesn't matter if I get off and on the subway.